Good morning. Now, derivation of Maxwell's second equation. And that is derivation of Maxwell's second equation, divergence of B or del dot B is equal to 0. We know that it is not possible to have isolated poles in our physical world, and therefore magnetic currents from such isolated poles have no physical significance in our physical world. The consequence is the force of lines, magnetic force of lines, they either go off to infinity or form closed surfaces. I mean closed curves. When we consider any surface, number of magnetic force of lines crossing the surface, entering into the surface is always equal to number of lines of force leaving the surface. As number of lines of force entering into the surface and leaving the surface are same, the net flux of magnetic induction within the surface is 0. Net flux of magnetic induction within the surface is 0, and this net flux of magnetic induction within the surface 0 is represented by this equation. Integration of the given surface B dot ds is equal to 0, equation number 2. Yes, the surface under consideration, B, the flux of magnetic induction entering into the surface and leaving the surface, that is equal to 0, and therefore equation 2 for any given surface, because equation 2 is because the number of lines of force entering any surface is always equal to number of lines of force leaving on that surface. Now, let us apply Gauss's divergence theorem to equation 2. Let us apply Gauss's divergence theorem to equation 2. You have studied Gauss's divergence theorem in the earlier class. So applying Gauss's divergence theorem to equation 2, equation 2 may further be written as surface integration of B dot ds is equal to volume integration of divergence of B dv, equation number 3. From 2 and 3 we may further write, comparing equations 2 and 3, we may further write volume integration of divergence of B dv is equal to 0, equation number 4. Comparing equations 2 and 3, we can write volume integration of divergence of B dv is equal to 0. Equation 4 is true for any arbitrary volume. Equation 4 is true for any arbitrary volume, and therefore integrand in equation 4 must vanish. Therefore integrand in equation 4 must vanish, as equation 4 is true for any arbitrary volume V, and therefore equation 4 is written as divergence of B is equal to del dot B is equal to 0, equation number 5. Compare equation 1 and 5, you will find that 1 and 5 both are same, and this is nothing but derivation of Maxwell's second equation. Equation 5 gives derivation of Maxwell's second equation. Let me repeat the whole thing in brief. Isolated poles are not possible in a physical world. As isolated poles are not possible in our physical world, magnetic currents due to these poles have no physical significance, and the consequence is the lines of force either go up to infinity or they form closed curves. Keeping this idea in our mind for the lines of force, let us consider a surface. Number of lines of force entering into a surface is always equal to number of lines of force leaving that surface. If this is true for the given surface, and in actual practice it is always true, therefore net flux of magnetic induction within the surface should be 0, which is represented by equation 2. Let us apply Gauss's divergence theorem to equation 2 to get equation 3. Compare equations 2 and 3 to get equation 4. Equation 4 is true for any arbitrary volume V, as 4 is true for any arbitrary volume V. The integrand in equation 4 must vanish, that is divergence of B is equal to del dot B is equal to 0. If we compare equation 5 with equation 1, we find that equations 5 and 1 are same. It means that we have derived Maxwell's second equation of electromagnetism. A small article and simple. Let us move to the next one. Maxwell's derivation of Maxwell's third equation. Let us move to next one. Derivation of Maxwell's third equation. And what is third equation? As you have seen in the last lecture, the third equation should be Maxwell's third equation of electromagnetism is this: curl E or del cross E is equal to minus dou B by dou T, equation number 1. We want to derive this expression. To derive this expression, let us start with the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction for the induced EMF. Let us start with the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction for induced EMF. According to Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, induced EMF E is given by minus d phi by dt, equation number 1. According to Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, the EMF E induced is given by minus d phi by dt, equation number 1. In equation 1, what is this phi? This phi is the flux of magnetic induction. This phi is the flux of magnetic induction, and we know flux of magnetic induction is given by phi is equal to integration of the surface integral B dot ds. Phi is simply given as, what is phi? Flux of magnetic induction. Flux of magnetic induction phi is given by phi is equal to surface integration of B dot ds. So let me write this as equation number 2, this as equation number 3. Let us use equation 3 in equation 2. So this E will be equal to minus d by dt of surface integration of beta dot ds, or this is for the E is equal to minus surface integration of dou B by dou T into ds, equation number 4. EMF, induced EMF, is now given by this equation, equation number 4, E is equal to minus of surface integration of dou B by dou T ds, equation number 4. One more way is there to find the induced EMF. If some charge is allowed to move around a closed path, current will change. Changing current will induce the EMF. The EMF induced by circulation of the charge around a closed path is given by E is equal to line integration of E dot dl, or this is nothing but line integration of E dot dl, equation number 5. If we circulate a charge around a closed path, some work is done in circulating this charge around the closed path. That work done is taken as induced EMF E, and so the work done is found by using this equation. Closed path, just put a circle on the integration. So E is equal to integration over a closed path E dot dl. What is this capital E? Intensity of the electric field. Dl, smallest line element of the closed path. You can write this integration this way or this way, both are same. Equation number 5. So EMF E, which is found by circulating a charge around a closed path and finding the work done in moving this charge around a closed path, will give us the EMF E. Let us apply Stokes theorem to equation 5. Let us apply Stokes theorem to equation 5. If we apply Stokes theorem to equation 5, RHS of equation 5 may be written as if Stokes theorem is applied to RHS of equation 5, equation 5 can be written as line integration over a closed path of A dot dl is equal to surface integration of curl of vector E over a closed path, over a closed surface. This closed surface is bounded by this closed path. This closed surface, yes, should be bounded by this closed path C. Compare equation 6 with equation 5. If we compare equations 5 and 6, we will further get, if we compare equations 5 and 6, we will further get E is equal to surface integration of curl E ds, equation number 7. Let us compare equations 4 and equation 7. Let us compare equations 4 and 7. What we find in 4 and 7, LHS of equations 4 and 7 are same, and therefore their RHS should be same. And so let us equate RHS of equations 4 and 7 to get surface integration of curl E ds is equal to minus of surface integration of dou B by dou T ds. Equation number 8. This surface integration is true for any arbitrary surface. This surface integration is also true for any arbitrary surface. And therefore, we may further put equation 8 as curl E plus dou B by dou T into ds is equal to 0, equation number 9. This is taken to this side and equation 8 is written as equation 9. This is true for any arbitrary surface, yes. As equation 9 is true for any arbitrary surface, yes, the integrand must vanish. And therefore, if you allow to vanish the integrand, we will simply get curl E plus dou B by dou T is equal to 0, or this is simply curl E is equal to del cross E is equal to minus dou B by dou T, equation number 10. Let us compare equation 10 with equation 1. If we compare equation 10 with equation 1, we find that 1 and 10 are same. That is, equation 10 gives derivation of Maxwell's third equation of electromagnetism. Equation 10 gives derivation of Maxwell's third equation of electromagnetism. Let me brief how we have derived Maxwell's third equation of electromagnetism. We started with the Faraday's law. According to Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, A is equal to minus d phi by dt. Phi is the flux of electromagnetic induction. It is found by the formula phi is equal to surface integration of B dot ds. Equation for equation for this phi is substituted in equation of E to get E is equal to minus of surface integration of dou B by dou T into ds. After that, we found the EMF E induced by using the work done in circulating a charge around a closed path. Okay. After that, we applied the equation we wrote for this is E is equal to line integration over a closed path of E dot dl. Then we applied Stokes' law to this equation to convert the line integration to surface integration, and we wrote it as curl of E is equal to surface integration of curl of EDS. Equating equations 6 and 7, we got this. Okay, and after equating this, we transferred this term to this side to get equation 9. Equation 9 is true for any arbitrary surfaces, and therefore the integrand must vanish. If integrand is vanishing, we will have curl E plus dou B by dou T is equal to 0. That is nothing but curl E is equal to del cross E is equal to minus dou B by dou T, which is the derivation of Maxwell's third equation. Maxwell's fourth equation. What is Maxwell's fourth equation? Maxwell's fourth equation is this. Curl H is equal to del cross H is equal to J plus ZD, that is nothing but J plus dou D by dou T, equation star. Derivation of Maxwell's fourth equation of electromagnetism. This is the equation, and you already derived this in the second article. Generalization of Ampere's law and displacement current. So, proof of this equation, if proof of this equation is asked, you just go for generalization of Ampere's law, okay, and displacement current, and write the same article. This way we complete here derivations of all four Maxwell's equations of electromagnetism. Hope you got it. Thank you.